What happened to my hair in the last couple of seconds before I went live? Jeez. Welcome back to Alkaline TV. This is Douglas Dennis, the author of the Alkaline Chef vegan cookbook and Success Conscious that was just published on Amazon. Are you feeling drained and stressed out? Like you're running on empty, and no matter how much you try to rest or eat, you don't feel better? Well, you're not alone because burnout is extremely common and it's an epidemic among high achieving people like us. So I know this because I've personally been there, and back when I owned a restaurant, especially, I had multiple nervous breakdowns, and that was about 10 years ago. Thankfully, I have been extremely healthy, and I've been on the Alkaline Vegan. I've been following Dr. Sebi's nutritional guide and other alkaline lifestyle practices for the last 7 years, and they've been compounding. So it's better each year, and as I get more and more strict, I feel better and better and better. That's why I'm making this video. Also, there's a lot of things on the internet that are wrong, which I'm going to go over. And at the end, I'm going to talk about something new that I have coming out too. So, and it'll only be available to people that watch this. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how the alkaline diet can help busy professionals and other busy people go from burnt out to balanced, and you can reclaim your health and vitality like I did. I've already gone through this, so I know how it works. So, did you know that 77% of professionals experience burnout at some point in their career? Chronic stress leads to fatigue, brain fog, and then the symptoms can really start snowballing out of control, where there's one after another, more and more diseases. The longer that it doesn't get, the real root of the problem doesn't get solved. So when you're burnt out, it affects not just your health, but also your relationships, your productivity at work, your ability to make money. I personally have been fired over my health. I've had to quit jobs over my health. I've had to sell my businesses because of my health. So I've been there, done that. I have gone through the ringer and I've learned all this the hard way. But there's good news, though, obviously. The alkaline diet is more than just eating healthy. There's other, not just about diet, there's other lifestyle practices that you can reduce your acidity and inflammation, and also reduce stress and improve the nutrition. When your body's too acidic and too toxic, it can't function optimally. So alkaline herbs help neutralize and improve digestion, boost energy levels, and also reduce stress on our symptoms. There's way too much stress on our symptoms than is natural. The lifestyle we live these days is far from natural. So we need to take drastic action sometimes, what seems like drastic action, but it becomes very easy. Once you feel the positive effects, it's so worth it that it's very, very easy. And it gets easier and easier because the better you feel, your abilities go up. So it's like a skill. Like the more you practice good health, real good health, though, not just the fads I see on the internet and most of them are wrong, unfortunately. I'm not saying that from an ego point of view. I'm just saying that from personal experience. And you can try and test it yourself and see the results yourself. That's how you know. You don't have to guess. The results speak for themselves. So, okay, so here's some practical implementation because this is all nice philosophy, but what do we do? How do we get the results? And that's what I specialize in, is getting results. By the way, I want to mention here that I'm re-recording this video. I tried it yesterday, but I left out an important part right here. And I looked this up, I researched everything, and sometimes I look on the internet to see what it says in popular places. So I check the search engines and I show people, because especially the beginner people are searching in these places and the information is wrong. So I search Google and I search AI, and their meal ideas were wrong. Their stress reducing foods were wrong. Their water suggestions or hydration suggestions were wrong. And their supplement suggestions were wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. So, this is why I'm making these videos. Because when you go online and look this stuff up, it's wrong and it's really convincing. It's hard to tell for a lot of people what's right and wrong. But since I have tried all this stuff over years, and when I say 7 years I've been alkaline vegan, that's when I nailed it. Before that, there were years of me knowing about it and dabbling in it, like a lot of people are at right now. So maybe you're in the position right now where you found out about it and you're trying to practice it, but the misinformation online and all the other things, that there are a lot of other obstacles also, friends and family, all sorts of things that, by the way, I coach people through this transition and they have the same problems all the time. Every person has very similar issues. Even though the diseases might express themselves a little bit differently or in different parts of the body, there are a lot of a lot of similarities. So let me go over this part. This is the important part. One of the really important parts. One, some quick alkaline vegan meal ideas. This stuff, if you look it up online, is going to be wrong. If you look on my channel or on my Instagram especially, I have updated everything. Some of the older stuff on my channel, I was filming someone else cooking or such and such. There's ingredients that I was using that I don't use anymore because I've been leveling up the whole time. I never stay stagnant. I'm always raising the bar. So just because I did something yesterday or a year ago doesn't mean I'm still doing it. I put out update videos on my channel, but maybe you missed it. So check it out, check out my updates, because if I stop using a certain ingredient, I try to make an announcement because I know there are a lot of people that are trying to follow along in what I'm eating just to make it easier, because we all have busy agendas in our life and it's hard to do all this stuff alone. That's why I'm putting this information out there. I'm doing it by myself. This is just, I'm trying to leave a trail so that it's easier for you, because it was not easy and I learned sometimes painfully sometimes expensive, sometimes painful. So I want to save you that time, pain, money, and that's why I have a coaching program. That's why I have 300 YouTube videos for free. That's why I have a new personal development book. That's why I have a cookbook. It's all for, people were asking me for that cookbook. I didn't make the cookbook for myself. I made the food for myself, but I made the other content for you. And the new book I just put out, Success Conscious, it's not really making me much profit at all. It's just a way to help you become more effective and get the results that you want and achieve your dreams, and there is part in there about health because it's a holistic guide. Anyway, so alkaline meal ideas. 2, stress reducing food. There's certain foods you can eat or drink that, like juice, that can help reduce anxiety. That's really helpful in jobs that are stressful. Sales jobs, all jobs are stressful, but especially jobs that you have to deal face to face with other people. Like, you have to be in a good mood, you have to have a good energy, and people can feel it from you. So the healthier you are, the better you're going to be in sales, the better you're going to be in your profession. Definitely. I've already lived through this. And when I was sick, I couldn't run my business well at all. It was terrible, in fact. So everything's great now. But stress reducing food, I recommend watermelon's a good one. It's not in season right now, but with seeds, make sure it has seeds. And cantaloupe juice, if you follow my Instagram, you see me posting cantaloupe juice in my story all the time because I try to make it every day. And it's easy, and it has a natural chemical in the cantaloupe. I forgot the name of what it's called. The name doesn't matter to me, honestly, but the feeling you get when you drink the cantaloupe juice is quite fantastic. And it says it reduces anxiety. And I had been drinking it for years before I read that information. But of course it does, and it makes you feel great. So that's something that you can experience right away, a result you can get right away. If you're having stress, if you're having anxiety, certain foods and herbs can help. Definitely. This is not that popular of information, and it very well should be. People are digging for the information, and the algorithm sometimes makes it difficult to find my channel. And then some people, when they finally find it, they're very thankful because it took me a lot of, like I said, blood, sweat, and tears and money to learn all of this. All right, next, number 3, hydration tips. Again, when I looked this up online, it was wrong. So you can't really trust AI. It's not that good. It's good for certain things, but not everything. I'm not against it, but for this, it was wrong. So I don't recommend alkaline water. I would recommend spring water in glass bottles. I bring it with me to work and make sure I have enough, like a backup bottle in case I run out. Because the only thing, like, I'm extremely healthy these days. I'm not trying to brag, but I feel amazing most of the time. But one of the things that can come out of nowhere and kind of blindside me is dehydration. So if it's really dry, or if you're working really hard and sometimes you can forget, or if you ran out of spring water and you didn't want to drink out of plastic, certain things can happen that can interfere with your health. And when you're really super healthy, dehydration is really one of the only things that could interrupt me or make me feel bad. Nothing else really gets to me anymore because of how well I take care of myself, and I work really hard at preventing a lot of negative things that could happen. Preventing them is useful, but dehydration's a big one that I've noticed that has kind of snuck up on me, where then I suddenly, for me, if I get really, really dehydrated, then I start like kind of getting nasty, like, "Wah!" I want to flip out. So prevent that by being prepared with spring water in glass bottles. I get spring water in 5-gallon glass carboys, and I get like a bunch of them at a time from a water company. They used to deliver where I used to live, used to deliver them to my condo, and now I have to go get them. But check around your area. There might be somewhere that delivers those 5-gallon glass, 5 gallons of spring water. It's quite amazing. Or if you have, I don't even need to say this, but if you have land, then a natural spring that's not contaminated by any nearby factories or anything would be ideal, but not everyone can get that. However, if you get the 5 gallons of spring water, it's not that expensive at all. It comes down to like $1 a liter. If you buy it in individual liters, it can be like $3, depending on where it is, which is kind of a ripoff. But it's worth it. It's worth it to feel great. It's worth it to be effective at work. It's worth it to be healthy. And that is a key thing. Our bodies are like 90% water. Stop the plastic. One of my subscribers encouraged me. It's been like 3 years ago now that I have stopped using it because of the encouragement of someone on this channel. So I've been leveling up the whole time that I've been alkaline. That's one of the more recent ones, but in 3 years goes by pretty quick that I haven't been using it, and that's great. I read somewhere that Americans consume about 1 credit card worth of plastic a week. Oh, don't let that be you. The plastic clothing, the plastic packaging, the plastic drink containers. You need to have a no tolerance attitude for it. I'm going to encourage you for that. And I think it's worth it. I believe that it's very worth it. If it seems inconvenient, it might save your life or something like that in the future. Could be very well worth it. Infinitely worth it. All right, that was number 3. Let's go to number 4. Supplements. Again, the ones I looked up were wrong. So there are supplements, and I make my own supplements because the ones in the store are what I would consider garbage. They've got acidic additives and chemicals and fillers. All of the supplements I look at all have fillers, and they try to make them sound natural, or they try to make it sound like they fit in there. you have to be extremely diligent or make them yourself. There are some out there, but be very careful or don't take them, is what I would say. Because you don't really want to keep taking these material in the what they call vitamins. That's something that I personally don't want in my body. To get more energy, you're going to want something like cordyceps mushrooms, which I was growing. Actually, I have a bunch of them that were vegan grown. You can reach out to me on Instagram if you want some. I still have some available. And I'm not just saying that because I have them. It's the other way around. I have them because they're awesome. I'm not just saying they're awesome because I have them. So another thing would be sea moss or Irish moss. And not all Irish moss, and again, not all cordyceps mushrooms are created equal. It depends how they were grown. If it's wild, if it was grown really well, as far as the cordyceps go. If the sea moss is wild, thank you for the thumbs up, by the way, I appreciate it. So I forget sometimes to promote the channel. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more info. I appreciate all the support, and I'm almost at 7,000 subscribers on here. Sea moss, cordyceps militaris, burdock root is another good one. Sarsaparilla root is another good one. That'll keep you busy for a while. If you have these things, again, I should say, like, you want to check with your doctor and make sure that you don't have, there's a lot of people with chronic diseases watching this. So you want to, these are the things that I think are way better than medication, but I'm not a licensed medical professional, so you want to just double check that it's not gonna, if you are on medication or something like that, just want to double check with someone in person. All right, so those are some herbs, the ones I just gave out, herbs and mushrooms that can really rocket your energy levels. And when I say that, I mean you want to take it like every day. It's not just something that you would have one-off time. These are things that, like, you want to keep them flowing, and the effects will compound. As your mineral balance improves, your mood improves. Because a lot of the mood-producing hormones are not necessarily produced in your brain, but are produced in your gut. So it is important to have a good attitude, but attitude is not your entire mood. Some of your mood is produced in your physical body. Also, our thoughts physically create natural chemicals in our brain. So there's a connection between our thoughts and our attitude and our physical body. So we need to support it with the minerals. And when I talk about like Irish moss, or when I talk about what some people would call medicinal mushrooms, these have minerals in them. That's what makes them alkaline. And remember, alkaline equals energy or electricity. It conducts electricity. Like minerals, think about iron. It conducts electricity. It's electric. And you want the natural, that's not like an iron pill. I'm talking about like natural plant iron that's in the plants. All right, I think those things I just shared are extremely powerful. So I have people that I have worked with, even going back to the very first person that I was coaching. she's in 7 days of working with her, and I wasn't even as experienced as I am now. This was 7 or 8 years ago, about 7 years ago, where I helped them just shift a couple things around, and they said they felt like they were on Adderall. In a good way, though, not any of the negative side effects, but they just felt cranked naturally to where they weren't taking the Adderall anymore. Now, I didn't personally even know that they were on it, and a lot of people are secretly or not secretly on stuff like that. It's not that uncommon because they need the energy. It's not real energy, but they need that to. They feel like they need that to make it through their hectic life. But these are things like the natural things that can these are regular people's results, similar to the results I got. And I had chronic fatigue for years, and I tried reversing it and I tried healing it for years. When I finally did the right things, like some of the things I'm mentioning in this video and the other videos on my channel and my one-on-one coaching as well, these things reversed it in 3 weeks. So I went from a wreck to I haven't had fatigue since then, and that was 7 years ago. So the last 7 years, I have not had fatigue at all. It takes a lot to tire me out. I'm pretty insanely energetic. All right, next thing. I had another client that lost over 20 pounds in their first month, and their blood pressure, they were shocked that their blood pressure went down so much in less than 1 week. This can sound too good to be true, but when you really go to the heart of the issues, now these are people I was one-on-one coaching. When you really go to the heart of the issues, the results are measurable. You will be able to measure the results. So if this kind of information resonates you and you're ready to reclaim your health and your vitality, then reach out to me on Instagram at alkaline_chef. Send me a DM about the one-on-one coaching. And right now I'm giving away free consultations again. Now I have a full-time job and business, so only do this if you're really serious. But if you are really serious, do reach out, and then we'll schedule a 15-minute phone call. That's free for right now only. So I'm only doing a few of those, and then I go through long periods where I don't accept anymore because it's just a lot to, I've got a busy schedule already, but I do feel like a duty to give back. And also this is what I'm passionate about, and I've made 300 videos about it already. So, but if you don't want to sit through 300 videos and you just want me to help you directly, then you know who you are. Just reach out to me via direct message and we can schedule a call. So burnout doesn't have to be your reality. I had multiple nervous breakdowns, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video. I haven't had one in years, and I know why. It's not an accident. I prevent them from happening. It doesn't mean I'm not busy. I'm really extremely busy, but that's not an issue. I control the things that I can control, and I release the things that I can't control. I can't always control the stress in the environment, but I can control my response to stress. And a lot of what I've been mentioning in this video is about how you can take back the control over it. So if this helped you, give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite part of the video. Also, I have some secret recipes coming out for those of you that have been asking me for more recipes. I'm thinking about launching one specifically for the members only. So I don't know if it's turned on right now, but I'm going to turn it back on so that you can get special, because there's some videos that I don't want to release to the public. Like, the recipe is so good, and in the past, a lot of people have what I would call stolen my recipe ideas and used them to promote their own cookbook or their own businesses, which was not really what it was intended. They were intended to help people out at home, to make something awesome for yourself at home. But anyway, some people kind of abuse the kindness and take more than, we're kind of greedy with the information. But anyway, I'm not bitter about it anymore, at least. And I've had this channel for actually like 10 years. So it's been a lot of learning for me. HHH2 said, thank you. I'm looking for your more advanced videos. Awesome. Let me know what exactly you want more videos of in the comments, and I will do my best to make some. I'm trying to make more content. As you can see, I've got a short video that just came out earlier today, and I've got a recipe that I just edited. And again, if you want to see my new book and my cookbook, check out my Amazon author page. There's a link in the comments and description. Thank you very much for tuning in live. If you're tuning in the replay, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, and I'll talk to you about the coaching in Instagram comment or DMs. Until next time, have an amazing day on purpose. Peace.